Gladiator Arena, Los Angeles, California, as our road to the Grand Championship continues. Mike Adamley, along with Larry Zonk, and our contenders are ready. Our Gladiators are pumped and primed to defend their turf. We're going to start things off with Powerball.
Our Gladiators like to start off with Powerball, that face-to-face confrontation. Contenders, beware.
In our men's competition, it'll pit 31-year-old Bernie Miller from Vista, California. He's an actor, a stuntman, and a fine athlete. He'll be going against 22-year-old Don Marcus Bailey. He's an assistant pastor for a church here in Los Angeles, California. Graduate of the University of Southern Cal.
No more survivors in this game, brother.
And for the Gladiators, Laser, Saber, and Turbo. Powerball is brought to you by Nintendo, makers of Super NES. Now you're playing with power, superpower. There's a scoring breakdown, 45 seconds the time limit. Buckle your chin straps. Bernie Miller off to that quick start. Again, Bernie scores, so does Don Marcus.
Both ex-high school football players, Mike. Both move well.
We're under 30 seconds now. Bernie trying to wiggle his way free out of the grasp of Turbo. Can't do it. Don has lost part of his shirt. Here comes Bernie again over Laser. 15 seconds now. Bernie again going for that power lunge.
Don Marcus meets up with two Gladiators at once, and he's a little foggy.
3 seconds left on the clock. Bernie Miller with a big smile on his face. Our trainer, Tony Spino, taking a look at Don Marcus. And he says he's okay. Let's see what happened.
I'll tell you what happened, Mike. He took on two Gladiators, but he led with his face. And as a result, he got a little shaken up.
Well, we'll resume this match with 3 seconds on the clock. It's unlikely anything's going to happen, but look at Don Marcus. He wants to score one more time. Bernie Miller used the 3 seconds to his advantage, and that is it. Quite a performance by our actor stuntman, Bernie Miller from Vista, California.
Mike, I think that might be some kind of Powerball record.
Bernie, your smile says it all. 7 goals, a new American Gladiators record in Powerball. You're pumped up, man.
Oh, I tell you, I told Larry earlier, all I wanted was 3. I'd be happy with 3, but 7, I lost count. I came out pretty pumped up. I've been carving up for the last 3 days, so this one's pretty good for me. I'm real excited about that.
Oh, so that's your secret. Spaghetti and baked potatoes, huh?
Spaghetti and baked potatoes, that's my favorite meal, man.
All right, partner, congratulations.
Thank you.
The Samuel Goldwyn Company presents the American Gladiators.
We're in the midst of preliminary round competition here in our second half season. The fans here in Gladiator Arena have certainly been treated to quite a show, especially by our actor stuntman from San Diego, California, Bernie Miller.
Mike, I spoke with him before the event early on, and he's a very humble guy. He said, hey, I'd be happy to come away with 3 goals. Then he goes out and sets an all-time record. What else is he going to do? What's going to happen next?
And what's going to happen with our women? They're set to go. Our 2 contenders, here's one of them from Miami, Florida, Julie Padelford, 31 years old. She's a firefighter. And she'll be going up against Brenda Moss, 5'9", 135 pounds, a receptionist down in Amarillo, Texas. Got that big Texas smile. That'll be wiped away quickly as our 3 Gladiators are set to go. Storm, Siren, and Zap.
Gladiators, ready!
Brenda Moss, quick off the blocks, gets by Siren there. And Julie able to put one in. Nice move there by Julie Padelford.
Julie using her smarts. She went head-to-head with Storm the first time, tried to power over it. That didn't work, so she used a little move.
Brenda having a bit of bad luck. She's had 2 roll off the rim of the cylinder.
Both contenders at one end, not a good scenario.
10 seconds to go. Again, Julie Padelford scores. Our firefighter putting out the Gladiators' fire, and that is it. Well played match. And Julie Padelford wins it 8-2.
Mike, Julie gets off to a flying start, a lot of speed, a little bit of a move. She blows by Siren. Let's take a look at it from Siren's helmet cam. All she gets to see is the back of Julie's shirt as she scores. And she's got some moves, but she took some shots too.
Take down that license plate number. All right, we're moving on. Event number 2, human cannonball. Don Marcus Bailey trailing Bernie Miller after one event. Saber poised to stand tall. Bernie Miller getting ready. He'll swing against Tower first. Don Marcus has Saber. Once again, each contender given 2 swings, each successful swing worth 5 points. Contenders will try to stay in that nice tight tuck. Bernie Miller did it, so did Don Marcus, and the Gladiators go flying.
Both our contenders with good swings. Let's take a look at it through Tower's helmet cam as Bernie approaches. You see he's got a nice straight line, good tuck, leads with that shoulder, and off he goes. You see our other Gladiator on the way to the turf.
Now a chance to redeem themselves, swing number 2.
Contenders ready.
Our Gladiators are going to have to step in and meet that momentum.
They're on their way. Who's gonna stick? Yeah, they both did.
Great job by both of our Gladiators.
That's probably the way it should be. The contenders are successful and the Gladiators are successful. I like that.
In a perfect world, unfortunately, we're in Gladiator Arena, and things don't work that way all the time.
So hats off to Saber and Tower, and we're going to move on to the women. Brenda Moss trailing Julie Padelford by 6 after one event. She draws Sky on her first swing. Julie Padelford up there will get Electra. Julie taking, I don't know what she's doing with her eye there. It's like she's aiming a gun.
Sighting her in.
Contenders ready. Gladiators ready.
Again, the first of 2 swings.
Brenda said she wanted Sky. Thought she could knock her off. Oh, pretty close.
Both our contenders with good swings, but just an excellent performance by our Gladiators. Brenda Moss really with the best hit on the right of your screen. She's going to come into Sky. Nice, solid hit. Sky almost goes off, but a good job in regaining her balance.
And if at first you don't succeed, try again, and that's what
Contenders
Brenda
ready.
and Julie will do.
Gladiators
The
ready.
flip-flop Gladiators. Trying to get as much momentum as they can, and like the Rock of Gibraltar, both Sky and Electra don't budge. No points for either woman.
Shutout by our Gladiators, and let's take a look at some perfect form right in the center of your screen. Electra, watch her step in to meet the momentum. That's the correct way to play human cannonball if you're a Gladiator.
Question is, can the Gladiators continue their dominance? We'll find out next in Assault. The Viper Man ready for our next event, Assault, where contenders can pick up single points by firing weapons at one of 5 scoring stations, but their ultimate goal is to get 10 points, and they can do that by hitting the target above the Gladiator. First up, Don Marcus Bailey, one of 14 children. He is the assistant pastor at the All People's Christian Church in Los Angeles. So this man is no stranger to the congregations with that big family. In fact, all of them, practically all of them, are here at Gladiator Arena. Currently, he trails Bernie Miller 19-7. Viper came awfully close as Don zoomed in to station number 1, but he's still alive. 45 seconds now.
Close call there, but Larry Thompson called that a ricochet.
Waved it off. 35 seconds now for Don Bailey. That one sails underneath the target. Viper doing everything in his power to pick off the man from LA.
Look at a smile on Viper's face. He's liking that. He's talking to him. Woo!
15 seconds. it. It's station number 4, Don Marcus Bailey. Viper had 1, 2, 3 near hits. Don stayed alive long enough. As a matter of fact, 10 seconds left on the clock, less than 10 seconds, and he gets to 10. Much to delight to all those people sitting over there.
Oh, man.
Don Marcus taking aim, good pistol shot.
And Viper looking like the cat who swallowed the canary, trying to be a good sport about it. He'll get serious here against Bernie Miller now.
Viper taking those long shots.
Nearly had Bernie there at station number 1. Bernie being very careful not to expose too much of his body. That one sails wide right.
As Bernie slides in from station number 3.
Now it's station number 4, 20 seconds left. Another close call. 10 seconds. Pretty weak effort with that pump gun. 5 seconds now. Bernie can cross the finish line without Viper hitting him. He'll get the bonus point. Did he do it? Viper says, hey, wait a minute, I nailed him in the back.
Viper filing his grievance with our head referee, Larry Thompson, but Thompson will hear none of it as the replay shows the shot clearly missed.
Well, the Zapster's on top of things, hoping not to miss an assault. She'll have to deal with Julie Padelford first. Julie ready to jam. Certainly her fans are. A gal who is dedicated not just to her career, but to life as well. Julie stays in excellent physical condition because for her, it could be a matter of life or death.
To be a firefighter, you have to stay physically in shape. It's a very physically demanding job.
Julie is a firefighter paramedic for the city of Miami, Florida.
Because of my job, I have a good reason to train and stay in shape, and I think that's real advantageous to anything that I do.
An MVP volleyball player back at the College of Idaho, Julie's also a water skier and a scuba diver. Anything that gets her outdoors.
Keep moving and keep doing things. You have a reason for being here, and you stay young.
Julie got all she could ask for during and after Hurricane Andrew in Miami. She and her unit were busy around the clock.
I don't think about danger. I mean, I'm prudent, I think, but I just like those things that put you out there on the edge.
Well, she's got her wish. Going against Zap and Assault will put anyone on the edge.
Woo! Zap wastes no time saying hello.
Nice shot, Zap.
In between station number 1 and number 2, Zap, a veteran of this event. And again, the longer you expose your body out there, the better chance the Gladiator has to hit you. And Zap did exactly that. Now it's Brenda Moss's turn. She could conceivably take the lead if she gets the 10 points.
Zap side in right away. She likes to get that early shot.
Letting them fly. Gladiator, incidentally, only has a complement of 20 tennis balls in that cartridge, so Zap has to be careful that she doesn't exhaust her ammunition.
Ooh, a little high.
Brenda moving well to station number 3. Again, as you can see, they're working against the clock. Nearly knocked the weapon out of Brenda's hand. She's not even going to fire that one. 10 seconds to go. Yeah, she got the top of the target. And look at Zap's cartridge. She was down to about 3 shots left. Brenda made it count, wins it 10-1.
Easy and methodical. It's a long time aiming, and it's worthwhile. She nips the top of that bullseye.
And stay pumped. We'll be back after this. A look at the field of play. Atlasphere is up next for our women. And in this preliminary round match, Brenda Moss has a 12-9 lead over our firefighter from Miami, Florida, Julie Padelford. Inside the yellow Atlasphere, Brenda Moss will be inside the red one. For the Gladiators, the tandem of Siren and Storm.
And if you're a contender, this body will hurt you.
Once again, contenders have 60 seconds to try to maneuver their Atlaspheres into one of 4 numbered scoring pods, each score worth 2 points.
Contenders ready. Gladiators ready.
Look at Storm get that thing rolling, and look out, Brenda. Whoa!
Little set down.
Meanwhile, Julie Padelford went unmolested. Siren kind of missed her, just grazed her, and she was able to score off the bat. Now she's trying to get another one in scoring pod number 1. Man, I am still shaken from the shot Storm put on Brenda. Under 30 seconds. Julie Padelford again. She's right at home inside that cage. Storm and Siren have both of our contenders pinned right now as time winds down. That is it. Both the Gladiators and the contenders do a nice job.
There you go. I have to get used to jumping out fast like that.
Communication's a key, but I'll tell you what, these Atlaspheres have a momentum of their own, and Siren's finding out about it. Here she is at the bottom of your screen. She should be protecting pod 3, but instead her momentum blows her right by. Now Julie Padelford in the yellow sphere, as a result, scores easily. Siren's still relatively new at the game, and I think she's going to learn to respect the awesome weight of these Atlaspheres.
Speaking of awesome, Tower is trying to cram his 6'4" frame inside the Atlasphere. Tower, the subject of our Ask a Gladiator segment. Christopher Collins writes, "Dear Tower, how much do you eat a day?"
Well, Christopher, I eat every 2 hours throughout the day, and I consume about 7,000 calories. And of those calories, it's a very low-fat, high-protein, and high-complex carbohydrate diet. When I say complex carbohydrates, I mean like your potatoes, rice, pastas. I stay away from all my simple sugars, such as fruits and sugar-type products. Reason being is it makes me hold extra water that I don't need. Thanks for writing in, Chris.
Well, one thing's for certain, Tower's got his gas tank full. He'll be joined by his partner, Turbo. Don Marcus Bailey, Bernie Miller set to go. Bernie will be inside the red Atlasphere. Don Marcus inside the yellow one. Don, as we mentioned, a urban minister here in Los Angeles. He's committed to youth education. He's also an outstanding citizen. During the Los Angeles riots, the very tragic riots, here's Don helping out the firefighters, trying to save 2 buildings that were in danger of being destroyed.
Gladiators ready.
Don and Bernie set to go here in Atlasphere. Both Tower and Laser put a blast on Bernie and Don Marcus Bailey. Here comes Bernie. That's exactly what he's doing, Larry. And he's got a score in pod number 1. Tower couldn't beat him to the punch. And Don Marcus has got one. His whole family here rooting him on. Bernie Miller's got another one in pod 4. 30 seconds to go, and Don Marcus has done it again. These 2 contenders doing a terrific job against some very talented gladiators.
Upside down. Oh, Bernie. Stand on his head if he has to.
Tower and Turbo have the 2 contenders pinned. It looks like that's all the scoring there's going to be. But they did well, both Don Marcus Bailey and Bernie Miller.
Good match.
Each man with 2 goals, each man comes away with 4 points. It's now 29-21, Bernie Miller.
You can tell, Mike, both these fellas learned a lot in the practice rounds. Here, Don Mark is willing to throw his body, settling into that pod. Bernie, on the other hand, just as willing to throw his body, but unfortunately doesn't pick up the score in the process. But both willing to do what they have to do.
Incidentally, if you'd like to write to Tower or any of our other Gladiators, write to Ask a Gladiator, 10203 Santa Monica Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 967. The Tower of Power is ascending the platform.
Going down, man.
Promising our contenders an ignominious outcome. Here in our next event, Hang Tough. Up first, Bernie Miller. He has a lead on Don Marcus Bailey of 8 points. Actor, stuntman, and blues aficionado.
And now I get back on the road.
Bernie Miller, the lead singer in the Longboard Blues Band.
He told me before this event, he's going to head right straight down the middle, then juke to the left, parallel around the Gladiator, and score 10 points. I'm afraid not to believe him.
Easier said than done when Tower's on the rings. See, he's got that crossover technique down as well.
He's pulling his left.
He's got a breakaway on Tower, but Tower's got the same move. That's the only problem there. Every trick, Bernie, you know, I know as well. Look out. Bernie trying to keep away from those long legs, and Tower, 25 seconds.
Look at Bernie fight. He's got a lot of strength in those arms to be able to hang on.
He is trying desperately to grab one of those rings, but Tower's got a foothold, and that's it for Bernie Miller, but he did not go easy. He died hard.
Rage against the darkness.
Great shot of Bernie hanging in there, hanging tough, hanging on and fighting with just one arm. The only other person I've seen able to do that is Turbo. Unfortunately, well, Bernie couldn't hold on long enough.
And is this man serious or what? Don Marcus Bailey has his eyes set on success. The son of Edgar and Karen Bailey, one of 14 children. They're all here.
I am 4th to the crown. I have 2 older sisters and 1 older brother, and then there's 10 below me.
And they are all extremely proud of their brother.
Don said his strategy was...
Little cat and mouse there. Tower daring Don to make the first move, and Don doing the same.
Don said he was going to move up the middle, pull the Gladiator out, and then break for one side or the other. And here he goes.
Don desperately trying to get that outside ring and not being cooperative. We're under 30 seconds. Don's got something of a breakaway, but now Tower closing in. Here comes Don Marcus Bailey. He may have to take a gamble because he's run out of rings.
Stuck in the corner.
Tower was able to cut him off. Well, he hangs tough. Don Marcus didn't get to 10, but he got to 5, and he'll take that considering the man he went against. Excellent work.
Don Marcus with a great game plan and executed it well. He just ends up 1.5 feet from success right there at the end of the platform.
Have to give Tower a lot of credit, too. He intimidates many a contender in this event, and so does this woman. Her name is Sky. From head to toe, she is formidable. The lady she's pointing at, Julie Padelford, has a 1-point lead currently on Brenda Moss after 4 events.
Julie set her strategy. All speed, blow right past the Gladiator. Said it's like a kid in a playground. She really enjoys this event. But Sky may have something to say about that.
4, 5.
But Julie is a certified scuba diver. Once she was attacked by a shark underwater, had her fin bit in half. She's about to be attacked here by Sky. Sky's got her in trouble and on one ring. Now Sky in a bit of trouble herself. How about a lot of trouble? Desperately trying to get those long legs of her around Julie Padelford, and now she does. 15 seconds left. This may just be a case of hanging tough for Julie. Now 10 seconds. Crowd counting down. They love it. Oh, no, no, no! No points. 1 second left on the clock. And Sky able to take Julie to the canvas.
I got it!
Give the victory to Sky. She's going, I got it.
Great job by Sky. Julie with just 3 seconds to go. All she has to do is hang tough, but she couldn't overcome the power of Sky. And a very critical 5 points slipped through Julie's fingers.
So Brenda Moss poised to take the lead. There's her mom, Darlene, who flew in from Texas.
Contender ready!
Hard to believe that that woman is 47 years old. She looks like she is 25. Brenda a little concerned about this, says it's her least favorite event. She says she's just going to keep moving. Has a little problem going side to side.
Whoop. She was going great guns there for a second. Now, oh, she doesn't have the strength to hang on, and down she goes. So a good opportunity by the boards. Still 3 events to go. Super Powerball, the Eliminator, but up next, the wall. Welcome back to Gladiator Arena, event number 6, the wall. Stands in the way of our 2 contenders. Brenda Moss trailing Julie Padelford by 1 point. And there you see the monster that they have to climb. Julie, the Miami firefighter, will be followed up the wall by Sky, and she is so very good in this event. Brenda will have Electra trailing her, and Electra is super. On hand to document the event, Brenda's mom. Brenda's mom, Darlene, 47 years old, and enters bodybuilding contest. That is really astonishing. Like staying in shape just like her daughter does. Once again, the contenders have 60 seconds to make it to the top. They are given a 10-second head start. The first woman up, without being pulled off, gets 10 points.
Important thing here to put that critical distance early between the contender and the gladiator.
Look at Julie go. Brenda having problems, she falls off, but Julie Padelford is making a serious run for the top. Look at Sky, oh gosh. You know, they think, the contenders think they've got it in the bag, and then all of a sudden she reaches up with that giant wingspan and it's all over.
Sky comes at you out of nowhere. She had to cover a lot of real estate quickly to do it as we look at the closing moments through Sky's helmet cam. See her get a hold of that foot, hoist herself up. Now it's all over. Once she braces off the wall, Julie Padelford is going down.
Sky's got everybody pumped up. The men will go at it now. Bernie Miller with a 3-point lead over Don Marcus Bailey. Don poised at the base of the wall. He'll be followed by Saber. There's Saber looking at the top.
There we go.
I don't know if he's looking forward to the trip. Bernie, on the other hand, will have Viper in pursuit of him.
Mike, Bernie as always has a plan. He said straight up the middle, get over the hump so the gladiator can't reach me, and then I'm going to break to the outside.
10 seconds, the head start time, that's expired. Both men over the hump, and both men climbing well.
Bernie not going to the outside. Let's see if he gets into a problem.
Just under 30 seconds now, Don Marcus Bailey and Bernie Miller are side by side, and Bernie lost his grip. If Don can get there, and now there's 19 seconds left, he's got the 10, and he will take the lead going into crunch time. Oh, man! Oh, unbelievable. Both Bernie and Don deserved so much better because they were there, Larry. They were right there.
Well, Don was making his last grab for the top when he lost his grip with his right hand. Swung off the wall. And those were 10 big points for him.
No joy in Gladiator Arena for Don Marcus Bailey. Score remains the same, but crunch time is next. It is crunch time here at Gladiator Arena, our crunch time event. Super Powerball. Bernie Miller and Don Marcus Bailey going against our not 3 but 2 Gladiators. Bernie with that 3-point lead, and this is a critical event going into the Eliminator. Viper and his partner Turbo will do the honors for the Gladiators.
Super Powerball, a little more challenging event for our contenders. 3 scoring pods instead of 5, but only 2 Gladiators instead of the usual 3 in Powerball.
Gladiators ready!
It's crunch time.
Bernie Miller excelled in regular Powerball, and he made a terrific move on Viper to score in the center cylinder there. Watch it, you guys. Near quad collision around the outer cone. Viper is down and woozy. Referee Larry Thompson stopping play to check on the condition of Viper. It appears that he banged his head. Our trainer's looking at him. Let's see if we can see what happened. He reaches out for Don Marcus Bailey, and then bang! Wow, Bernie Miller's knee runs into Viper's head. So Viper being taken to the locker room. Saber will come on to replace him.
Another angle of that same shot. Viper intense, going after Don Marcus, and literally jams his head into Bernie Miller's knee. We're going to see Saber come on and take his place. I'm sure Viper will be all right, and we'll join the action a little later.
We'll pick up the match with 28 seconds to go. Don trying to make the move, but it's Bernie who gets the goal. Don Marcus leaps out and lunges for that one using that long frame, and there's a case of the contenders almost knocking each other out of bounds. Watch it, men. 12 seconds on the clock. Boy, this is an unbelievably rugged game. Another goal by Don Marcus Bailey. 5 seconds to go. Maybe time for one more. Can Don get there? No, Saber stops him, and Turbo puts Bernie out of bounds. But again, give these 2 gentlemen, these 2 contenders a hand because, whew. And after 7 events, Bernie has a 5-point lead.
This move by Bernie Miller shows you just how quickness and speed beat size so often on American Gladiators. Now watch Bernie fake the socks off Viper. Bernie fakes left, then jukes right. Then cuts hard left, and Viper bites the dust. Bernie's looking at the wide open 3-point cylinder, but hey, this kid's smart. He says, wait a minute, I want that 5 points, and takes that open goal in the middle.
Bernie was so wide open and had so much time that he had a chance to adjust his protective headgear. Not nearly as successful against Saber, who knocks Bernie out of bounds, and he and Don Marcus bang heads. And watch Don give up the body here. Turbo goes low. Don still reaches out for the score. Here comes Electra onto the playing surface. The women are ready for Super Powerball. Electra will be joined by Zap, Julie Padelford, and Brenda Moss, separated by just a point. Remember, our crunch time event, Super Powerball, is the last event before the Eliminator. Last chance for our contenders to earn points.
Oh, Zap kind of high.
Brenna's got a free run at that outside goal. Nice move on Zap there, the score. Can she stay in bounds for another one? No.
Stay down.
Brenna working hard to get in that center, but she can't do it. She was down. 20 seconds on the clock. Our firefighter, Julie, trying to get away from Electra. Nothing doing there. Zap wraps up Brenda. 10 seconds left on the clock. Brenda Moss, oh man, she tried that fingertip roll. That didn't work. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that is it. So they survived. Zap and Electra doing their thing, their job.
Brenda Moss scoring the only goal of the match right here. She does a little double shuffle and slides by Zap.
It gave Brenda the lead, and she will take a 1-second head start into the Eliminator.
Like the saying goes, you know, calm before the storm. That's exactly how I am. My characteristics. Right before an event, I'm very calm. I'm very even-headed and very subtle. But then get me out there on the floor, and you know, I seem to arouse some type of emotions from both the crowd and the contenders.
Welcome back to Gladiator Arena, Los Angeles, California, and only the Eliminator stands in the way of Brenda Moss and Julie Padelford. Right now, Brenda enjoys a 2-point lead, good for only a 1-second head start. So it's quite obvious that the pendulum of fate could swing in either direction. Right now, Larry's with Julie at the start line.
Julie, you have a 1-second deficit. Do you see that as a handicap or perhaps an asset?
How about an asset? I like chasing people down.
You've got your work cut out for you. Good luck.
Thank you.
You have to admire the attitude of our Miami firefighter, Julie Padelford. Indeed, 1 second is not a lot of time to have to make up.
You will go on my whistle.
Underneath the hand bike, where if the contenders fall, they'll be assessed a 10-second penalty. Our Gladiators, Electra and Storm. And pushing and pumping the dreaded gauntlet. And none other than Sky and Zap. And the Eliminator is brought to you by Mars. Enjoy the smooth chocolate and caramel taste of Mars Milky Way Bar.
Ready?
Brenda Moss from Amarillo, Texas, trying to maintain that 1-second head start. The hand bike, the second segment of this Eliminator course. It is not a problem for Brenda Moss. Julie having trouble getting started. Now she's got it cooking, and Brenda Moss sailing over that cylinder until the very end. She went down. Actually, both women went down. The first to get up to that platform is Brenda Moss, so she's retained that 1-second head start. Maybe she's increasing a little bit. Hand over hand they go on the cargo net. And here comes Julie Padelford. Remember, her firefighting experience may pay dividends here. They are, well, let's see, dead even and dead tired coming to the zip line. Look at them, side by side, in tandem. Keep those legs up, girls. Over the final wall, here it comes. Neither woman too sure of herself in terms of stamina. That's what it's going to come down to. Who's got the most stamina? Julie Padelford, Brenda Moss, weaving their way through the gauntlet. We could have a dead heat. Oh, Julie goes down. It's Brenda Moss who wins it by just a body length. Brenda's time, 1 minute and 16 seconds. Julie Padelford, 1 minute, 16 seconds, 0.5. Oh, Lordy. And Julie's failure to clear that last barrier cleanly was the difference in the race.
Julie, great job coming from behind. You closed in. It was nip and tuck at the cargo net. Did you think you had it won at any point?
Made some stupid mistakes. And on the bike, I got my thumbs crossed over on the wrong side. I couldn't pedal till I switched my grip.
Tough break, Brenda. Coming up that cargo net, she was right on your heels. Did you give you a little incentive? Did it give you a little adrenaline pump?
You know, I couldn't even think about her. I just had to think about getting me finished. And I don't know how I did it.
Kind of threw yourself across that finish line. Congratulations and welcome to the next round of the competition. Mike?
All right, Larry, and you know everybody down at Julie's fire department in Miami, Florida, are tipping the cap to their girl, 31 years old, and she did herself proud. Certainly the men will be hard-pressed to top that fantastic finish, but our two athletes are certainly capable of that kind of histrionics and excitement. Bernie Miller and Don Marcus Bailey, through 7 events, have waged an all-out assault, and right now the actor stuntman has a 2.5-second margin in head start time. But remember, Don Marcus Bailey has almost his entire family here from Los Angeles. And the question is, could that be enough to push him over the top? Let's find out.
Don Marcus Bailey, you have a 2.5-second deficit, but you also have 200 family members here cheering you on. Is it going to be enough to put you over the top?
That's what I'm counting on, Larry. And I'm counting on all their support and their energy to focus on me and make up for that deficit and come across that finish line, break the tape.
Good luck.
Don Marcus Bailey will certainly have plenty of family support to help him win this race. Bernie Miller, on the other hand, he is battle tested. As a matter of fact, to get ready for this event, he worked out on a Navy SEAL course down in San Diego and worked on the cargo net. And the cargo net just happens to be the trickiest, most difficult part of this Eliminator course. And as you can see, Bernie looking pretty good there. On course for the Gladiators, underneath the hand bike, thumbs up for Tower and Viper. They're ready to impose that penalty if need be. And down the final straightaway, activating our blocking dummies, our gauntlet, it'll be Turbo and Laser. This is it. One man will automatically advance to the next round. Who will it be, Bernie Miller or Don Marcus Bailey? Whoa! Don will have to incur that 7-second penalty. If he can run across this cylinder scot-free, he still has a chance, but down he goes, perhaps pressing too hard. Bernie having some problem on that cargo net. If Don can go up a little smoother, he might get back in this thing. He's going up it awfully quick. Here's Bernie Miller down the zip line. Don will have to come from behind, obviously. Final straightaway now. Bernie Miller, Don Marcus Bailey, this could be close. Bernie weaving his way through the gauntlet. He's going on, despite the best efforts of Don Marcus Bailey.
Bernie Miller,
Yes.
you've been fighting and scratching all day. You came out of nowhere. You got to be very happy.
I'm real happy. Real happy, Larry. I can hardly talk right now, but I'll tell you, I came down today. I did good in Powerball. I didn't think I was going to do good. I think Powerball is what carried me through. I was lucky I had 2.5 seconds to that super competitor right here. And all the Gladiators, man, I'll tell you, they're super. The champions all the way.
You've been very physical all day, and we've enjoyed watching you, and we're looking forward to watching you in the next round. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Mike?
Well, Larry, it was a good thing that Bernie Miller had that 2.5-second head start because they finished in exactly the same time, 51 seconds. And certainly our congratulations go out to Don Marcus Bailey. What a competitor he was. And I'm sure he made all of his family members most proud. Bernie gets a big kiss from his girlfriend. He goes on to the second round, and coming up next week from Gladiator Arena, more exciting preliminary round action. Until then, for Larry Zonka and all of us, I'm Mike Adamle. See you next week on the American Gladiators.